I don't think it's going to be with the Nets or a championship contending team, Skip, unless they do a sign and trade. Because what the Nets are saying, Kyrie, bruh, you told us out of your own mouth that there are other things more important than basketball. But you want us to invest $50 million in you per year when you told us that?
Yep. Bingo.
How about this, Skip? I'm going to give you some context, and people love context. Kyrie Irving, in the last 3 seasons, has played 103 ball games. Kevon Looney played 104 ball games this season alone. So 104 into 3 is basically 35 games a season.
Yep.
And you want the Nets to give you $50 million a year? Because here's the thing, Skip. John Wall hadn't played in 2 years. He just opted in. Gonna get $47 million. So what happens is the Nets are trying to protect themselves on the back end, bro. You pick and choose when you want to play. You might come up, you got a toothache, you got a migraine, and hey, I get family issues, and you might have, but bro, the fact that you just feel like you can just take time off without telling us anything.
Yep.
Skip, I call me Charlie. Where? Man, I need a day. Okay. I can't just show up to work. You look at her, you ready to go to the show, like, well, hey, where? Hey, call you after the show. Hey, Skip, my bad, bro. I just had a lot going on, man.
I needed a person. No.
Come on, man.
We don't do
No, you can't do it like that.
Nope.
So I think the thing is, Skip, and you can't let him walk for free. So if he opts out, the best thing for you to do now is start surveying the landscape. Where can I go? Where can I ship Kyrie to? That I can get pieces that KD's going to want to play with. Because ultimately now, you tick him off, he's going to walk to, and now you back to being the Brooklyn Nets of 7-8 years ago. And I don't think the man spent that kind of money buying the team and buying the Barclays Center to have it, just basically disappear on it.
Yep.
Skip, I just everybody knows that I think Kyrie for the longest time had a false sense of who he actually was as far as a basketball player. I think he has a very good understanding of who he is as a person.
I agree.
But as a basketball player,
yep.
He thinks, because after the end of the season, he said, yeah, I'm looking forward to, sitting down with Joe and Sean and whoa, what you mean? He sees himself. LeBron, KD, Giannis, Steph.
Yep.
Because the team bounced ideas like that. So what do you think?
But by the way, before you continue, the quote was, right after they had been swept by Boston, he tells the media that he and Kevin, as in Kevin Durant, he and Kevin look forward to managing the franchise together alongside Joe and Sean, the owner and the GM.
No, Kevin and Joe and Sean look forward to managing the franchise. Yes.
Go ahead.
But that's, Skip, that's how he sees himself. And Brooklyn, Skip, it seems to me Brooklyn is fed up. Brooklyn says this, like, you feel that you can take time off, and because basketball is not the most important, you've told us that. That's not how it works. And so for me, Skip, I can't let him walk for free. But if the rubber needs to meet the road,
yep.
I'm going to look around and I'm like, KD, we have an opportunity. Are these some of the players do you feel you can compete with? Because giving Kyrie 5 years at $250, Skip, giving him a Jokic contract, no, I can't. I'm sorry, Skip. I'm not saying he don't deserve his money, but I'm trying to keep it on as shorter term as possible.
Yep.
Because he's not a guy that when you give him that kind of control now, and he know the money's guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man, please.
Okay. So, Mr. Sharpe, allow me for one brief moment to step back and take a grand view of this and fire a warning shot over the bow of the NBA, the league that I love watching. I'm addicted to it. You love it. We love it. We love talking about it. I saw a headline in Variety, which covers Hollywood this morning, and I saw it, but it's a few days old, but it said, deflated finals ratings raise questions about NBA's TV future. These last finals that we watched and talked about.
I thought it was up to 24% from last year.
Down 18% from 2019, which is pre-pandemic.
Right.
Down 18% from 2019. In the first 3 games, were the lowest rated since 2007 when my Spurs swept your Cavaliers.
But you know the Spurs always bring bad rating.
Broccoli, as you call it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, I got it, but still, that was significant to me. Here's my big picture point. This Kyrie situation is a scary, sorry situation for this league. It's not fun for me to talk about. It's gone past the point of intrigue to the point of disgust. Watching James Harden quit his way out of Houston and then turn right around and quit his way out from under Kyrie, who refused to get vaccinated in Brooklyn, is a scary, sorry situation for the NBA. Watching Russell Westbrook have a disastrous season in his first with his hometown team, the Lakers, and opting in now, we assume, for $47 million is a scary, sorry situation. Watching John Wall not play basically for 2 years and opt in for $47.4 million, and they're going to try to work out a buyout.
Well, the NBA tried to do, Skip, remember the NBA used to give 7, 8, 9-year contracts, 10-year contracts. They've tried to get away from that because 3-4 years into the league, into that contract, guys got 6 years at $12, $14 million left, and they just basically just fiddling around. So the NBA, hey, we're going to match you out, but it's going to be short term.
Yep.
The days of you getting those baseball contracts, those 12-year deals, that ain't happening. 5 as long as all we got for you.
So what have we seen from Kyrie? He won a championship with LeBron. I can argue won one for him. He made the shot that won the Game 7 at Oakland. But then, predictably, he fell apart with LeBron. They clashed off the court, and he said, I want out.
Right.
And I was shocked. Dan Gilbert said, I'll get you out of here. I'll get you to Boston. Now I got my own team. Now I'll show you how it's done.
Right.
This is what I can do for you. And it was unmitigated disaster where he turned on all those young players and they turned on him, and they got all the way to a Game 7 against LeBron in the conference finals without Kyrie.
Right.
And all of a sudden, he's out of Boston.
Why? You know why, Skip? It's leadership.
Gotcha.
That's Kyrie's problem. He doesn't possess you call it a gene. I call it, this is a skill.
Yep.
A leadership skill. He's great as number 2. LeBron was the leader, but he thought he could lead. He's great with KD, but he sees himself as the equivalent of KD. That's why, for the first time, I could look down on the bench and I can see a mofo that can make the shot that I can make. Or that's how he sees himself. But he's the only one that sees himself like that. Nobody around the league thinks Kyrie is comparable to KD. But here's the problem that KD, Skip, if this is your best friend, I don't know how many best friends you got, but you know your best friends. You know the one that's going to be late. You know the one that's going to be early. You know the one that's going to do X, Y, and Z. So for KD to say that he did not know this was Kyrie, it'd be foolish. Y'all too good of friends.
Yep.
Y'all were a package deal going to Brooklyn, so you should have known Kyrie's habits. And you were okay with them.
So Kyrie is now becoming bad for NBA business because he's forced a team that was favored going into this past season to win it all. He's forced that team into the classic damned if you do or damned if you don't. Because if the team doesn't,
you can't let him walk for nothing,
nowhere,
Skip. You can't let him walk for nothing.
But if you do, if you have to give him $250 million, are you damned if you do? Yes, you could.
But you know what, Skip? I say all that. I sure like him in the Lakers for about 2-3 years.
Okay, all right. But I still say with Kyrie, it has come to this. You can't win with him and you can't win without him if you're the Nets.
Yeah.
So you're stuck. You're forced into a corner where, back to our original question, what's going to happen? He's going to be a Net next year because they're going to have to pay the freight to keep him there.
I don't think they can't give him 5.
But how do you? He has all the leverage. He'll just say, okay, I opt out. I'm going to become a free agent. I'm going to walk. I'm going to be on the open market, and you're going to lose me for nothing.
Right.
You can't afford to do that, or it will be franchise crushing.
But I think the thing is, I don't think he would opt out. I think he might opt out, but Skip, but here's the thing. What championship contending team? Because once you played at this level and you want to be at this level, where can he go? What teams, championship contending teams, can give him what he wants?
Well, at this point, does he just want the money? Because basketball is like the 4th priority on his list.
There are a lot of teams that can pay him the money if that's what he wants. Detroit, Indiana, there are teams that could.
Yeah. How do you root for Kyrie Irving? He's becoming unrootable for me.
And it's
Right?
just, Skip, I just don't know how you get rid of the man told me that basketball is not my number one priority, Skip.
You lost me. Yep.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.